Hi, I'm Colin Stuart, and I write books about science and maths, and I also go into schools to talk about those subjects. And today I'm going to tell you about my Maths in the Animal Kingdom talk. So, as the name of the talk suggests, we look at the ways that maths crops up in the animal kingdom, how lots of different animals are expert mathematicians, whether that is the bee that has worked out that a hexagon is the best shape to use to build a beehive, or whether it's cicadas, another insect that some species emerge from the ground every 13 or 17 years, which are both prime numbers, and so we talk about prime numbers as well. So shapes, sequences, symmetry, tessellation, all sorts of different things. The things that are on the Key Stage 2 curriculum, but perhaps the kids have never thought about it in this way before. So it's aimed at Key Stage 2, so a primary audience. And the idea is to get them excited about maths, to show them that maths is fun and relevant to our everyday lives. And giving the talks, I can see in their faces that they are hearing some of these ideas for the first time. And that's the real attraction for me. That's why I love doing this stuff. That writing books is great, but you just can't beat being in a school in front of either a class or a whole assembly and seeing the fact that what you're saying is landing with the students. And I've had teachers come back to me after the talk and say, "Well, that child there, they'd never really engaged with maths before, but they were asking loads of questions. I've never seen them kind of have that response to maths," and that's the goal. I love maths, I always have, and I think that it's underappreciated, and so we can get kids excited about maths, I promise. In terms of the format for it, it's typically a 40 to 45-minute talk with a 10-minute Q&A session afterwards. It can be an in-person event, so I can come into a school, typically talk to all of Key Stage 2 in one go, or virtually. So depending on your location, if you're too far away, for example, at the other end of the country, we can do a virtual talk over Zoom, and we can have me on the screen of lots of different classrooms at once and still have that interactivity and those questions at the end. There is a cost involved. This is what I do for a living, so I have to kind of pay the bills. Exactly what it costs is going to depend on a number of factors. It's going to depend on whether you want a virtual talk or an in-person talk, how many talks you want, where you're based in terms of travel. So the easiest thing to do is just to get in contact and tell me what it is you're thinking about. I can give you then a quote for how much it's going to cost. So in terms of some feedback that I've had from the students as well as the teachers, here is some. So I thought it was just saying that maths is in your everyday life, but it really is. Or I liked how Colin explained so much maths to us in a short amount of time, but without making it complicated. And so that is what I do, talking about things, making it fun, but without making it complicated. In terms of what's in store for me coming up, I am currently putting the finishing touches to a book about aliens. So specifically the way that we try and search for alien planets in space to see how like the Earth they are, for example. And although we haven't found any aliens yet, having an idea of what they might look like based on the kind of planet that they are on, that they live on. So if you want to get in contact, if you want to know more about the talk, if you go to my website, that's colinstuart.net, you will find all of my schools talks, and there's a contact form to get in contact if you want to inquire about costs of it and availability and that sort of stuff. So please do get in touch.